Have you ever wanted to trace the history of a piece of land, maybe verify some mineral rights, or just make absolutely sure a property title is crystal clear? Well, consider this your official playbook. Today, we're completely mastering the Caddo County property record system, and we're going to transform you from a curious beginner into a highly capable title detective. Okay, let's dive right into this, because before we even look at a single deed, we have to tackle the absolute most common and, honestly, the most costly day one mistake investigators make. If you're researching the name Caddo, you have to stop and ask yourself, are you in Oklahoma or are you in Louisiana? Because believe it or not, these two jurisdictions share a name, but literally nothing else. The differences between them are actually staggering. Caddo County, Oklahoma operates under common law, and their property records are managed by the county clerk. Meanwhile, over in Louisiana, it's Caddo Parish, and they operate under a French and Spanish-influenced civil law system managed by a clerk of court. The online portals are completely different, the rules for an authentic act are different, and the fees vastly different. An $18 recording fee in Oklahoma could easily be a $105 flat fee in Louisiana. So for this explainer, our magnifying glass is firmly fixed on Caddo County, Oklahoma. Here is our roadmap for the investigation. Welcome to Caddo, preparing for your search, the online search process, visiting the courthouse, overcoming common title pitfalls, and finally, our conclusion and legal disclaimer. Section 1. Welcome to Caddo County. Now, what's really interesting here is that an effective property detective knows a title isn't just one single document. It's a whole web of information. In Caddo County, you actually have 3 primary offices working together. First up is Rhonda Johnson, the county clerk. Her office is the official constitutional custodian of all deeds, mortgages, and land records. But a true investigator doesn't just stop there. You've got to cross-reference the clerk's data with the county assessor, LaDonna Phillips, to view GIS mapping and actual property boundaries. Then you verify it all with the county treasurer, Regina Moser, to check the active tax rolls. Connecting these 3 offices, that's what gives you the complete, unshakable picture of a property's status. Section 2. Preparing for your search. Before we even log on or walk through any physical doors, you need to know that going in blind is a fantastic way to waste your time and get hit with unexpected rejection fees. The statutory fee schedule for Caddo County is super strict, so you'll want to memorize these numbers. A standard conforming document costs $18 to record for the first page. That breaks down to an $8 base fee plus a $10 preservation fee, and it's $2 for each additional page. But listen to that non-conforming fee, $25. Yeah, to avoid that painful penalty, your documents must be printed on standard 8.5 by 11-inch white paper with the proper margins. And if you're just pulling copies for your research, it's going to cost you $1 per page. A pro tip, always bring extra funds, just in case your page count ends up being higher than you expected. And honestly, proper prep truly pays off. Just look at this real-life review from Dennis M. By taking a quick moment to ensure his documents matched Caddo County's strict margin and formatting requirements up front, he bypassed those hefty non-conforming penalties entirely. Doing your homework and seeking out the right resources early on is going to save you from major headaches down the road. Section 3. The online search process. All right, entering the digital age of our investigation, here is your step-by-step action plan. First, you'll navigate to the Avenue Insights portal for Caddo County. Step 2 is absolutely critical. The search syntax requires you to enter the name exactly as last name, first name, without a comma. If you just type first name, last name, you might get 0 results and think you've hit a dead end. Step 3, you can view the document with a watermark on it entirely for free. And if you find that smoking gun you've been looking for, Step 4 is just paying a simple $1 fee to download a clean, unwatermarked PDF for your files. But wait, once you have your deed from the Avenue portal, your digital investigation isn't completely finished. You must open a new tab and check the county assessor's property database, as well as the treasurer's tax rolls. So why does this matter? Well, because a deed only tells you who owns the paper. The assessor's map is what will tell you if a fence is accidentally built on a neighbor's land, and the treasurer's portal will reveal if there's some massive, unpaid tax lien that's about to result in a foreclosure. Section 4. Visiting the courthouse. Let's see how this builds, because online records in Caddo County generally stop around 1992. So for historical searches, the digital trail goes completely cold, and you have to literally put your boots on the ground. Here is your physical operational guide. You're going to need to visit the Caddo County Courthouse, located at 110 Southwest 2nd Street in Anadarko during normal business hours. Head straight to the clerk's record room and locate the massive physical grantor grantee index books. You will literally be flipping pages, manually tracing the chain of title backward from seller to buyer year by year. Once you find the correct deed book and page number, you simply hand that info to the clerk to request your physical copies. But here is a absolutely crucial point. When you go to the courthouse to pay for those copies, or maybe to file a new document, you must leave your personal checkbook at home. The Caddo County administrative offices strictly reject personal checks, no exceptions. To avoid being turned away after hours of meticulous research, you've got to arrive prepared with cash, a cashier's check, or a money order. Section 5. Overcoming common title pitfalls. Even with perfect prep, the real estate landscape in a rural energy-producing region like Caddo County has some incredibly unique complexities. First up is this fascinating piece of real estate jargon, the chest of drawers deed. This happens when someone buys a property, gets a valid signed deed from the seller, but instead of taking it down to the county clerk in Anadarko to record it, they just toss it in a chest of drawers at home. Under Oklahoma law, that deed is technically valid between the buyer and seller, but because it's not in the public record, it provides zero legal notice to the rest of the world. This creates a massive hidden gap in the title chain. If you ever uncover one of these, it has to be recorded immediately to establish clear public ownership. The second major pitfall is literally right beneath your feet. Caddo County is highly active in the oil and gas industry. Because of this, it's incredibly common for the surface rights of a property to be completely severed from the mineral rights below it. You might own the house and the grass, but someone else entirely owns the oil. If you want to verify who holds those mineral interests, you can't just look at the last deed. You often have to trace the mineral chain of title all the way back to the original sovereign land patent granted by the United States government. It's like a giant historical puzzle. Section 6. Conclusion and legal disclaimer. Before we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final, highly proactive tool. Property fraud is a growing concern nationwide, but Caddo County has integrated a really fantastic feature into their Avenue portal, free property fraud alerts. By just creating an account with a valid email address, you can set up automated notifications. The very second any new instrument, like a deed or a lien, is filed under your name or property identifier, you get an email. It is absolutely the ultimate defensive measure to protect your real estate assets. Now, it's really important to note that while this explainer has provided you with a comprehensive operational playbook based on verified sources, property law is incredibly nuanced. If you uncover a complex title defect, an unrecorded deed, or a dispute over severed mineral rights, always take your findings to a local attorney or a title professional for specific, actionable legal advice. Mastering both the modern digital databases and the physical historical index books gives you the ultimate power to unravel even the most tangled property histories. You now know the difference between the Oklahoma and Louisiana jurisdictions, the exact search syntax for the Avenue portal, the statutory fees, and how to trace a title through the physical books in Anadarko. You are officially equipped for the job. So the only question left is, what will your property investigation uncover in Caddo County?